Morning, everyone. How wonderful it is to gather as a community in support of literacy. I can't think of a better way to spend a day, and we are all so thankful and grateful that you are here and grateful to so many people. I'm Susan Heartwell, and I'm so pleased to be here today. The mayor is unfortunately out of town today, but it is my real honor to be here to stand in for him and to just bring you all of his greetings and his applause for all that you do in support of literacy in our community. Juan?
Thank you, Susan. I'm Juan Olivarez, and I also want to send my welcome to this yet another summit. A lot of planning goes into these, and we are very pleased that you're here to share in the learning as a community so that we can do our best for all of the people here in the region. This year's summit builds on the summit that we had in 2005, and I'm sure that many of you were here at that time. And it was very important for us to continue the work that started in 2005 because there was a goal set. And actually, the goal was set by our great mayor, George Heartwell, here in Grand Rapids back in 2004. And that goal is to reach 95% literacy in the area by the year 2014. And so if we're going to reach that goal, it's going to take all of us to work together, understand what effectiveness means when we talk about literacy, and make sure that we're all doing our part, whatever it may be, to get to that goal. So we're very pleased to build on that summit. This year, the summit continues some of the goals that we set out in 2005, one of which was to make sure that the awareness continued. And so not only with you as participants in the awareness today of each other and of the issues around literacy, but also the attention that we create in the community around literacy, and people do pay attention when they hear about these things. It also builds on the work of the Data and Evaluation Committee that's very actively working, looking for benchmarks and all of the right indicators for us so that we can track our progress. So it will take all of us. We're so pleased to see you all here, and I'm going to turn it back over to Susan.
Thank you. Well, it is going to be a great day, and these events don't just happen, as all of you know who are here in this room, and truly it would not be possible without our generous sponsors, and our key sponsor for the summit is Heart of West Michigan United Way. I can't tell you all that they have done and invested to be able to give this gift, along with our other sponsors, to our community. So I'm going to ask, I know a lot of them are out in the hall too, but those that are here from Heart of West Michigan United Way on the staff, if you would stand and let us just express our appreciation to you for this gift. Bob Haight, you just sat there. We thank you very much. And I'd also like to thank our other very generous sponsors because it really is a community event that is only possible because of your investment and your support. And that is the Kent Intermediate School District, Altacor, the Health Literacy Consortium, UPS, Rotary Club of Grand Rapids Community College, the City of Grand Rapids, WGVU, and Wyoming Public Schools. So for all of us from this community, please accept our sincere thanks. And I know, because I serve on the Greater Grand Rapids Reads Committee, I know of all of the people for months and months that have been working to put this conference together. All of their expertise, their time, their effort, and their passion. And so I'd really like to thank everyone that has served on the steering committee for Greater Grand Rapids Reads and the summit planning meeting. And just take a second and stand up, if you would, please. Thank you all very much. And I'll turn it back to Juan.
This is round robin, like reading, you know? Just a word about the packets that you have in front of you. We want to make sure that you know what's in there. There's obviously an agenda. There are workshop descriptions for you. There's a list of exhibitors, which we appreciate them being here. There's also a list of speakers. And also, there is a literacy provider survey. Please fill that out if you are a provider. We are hoping to put together a directory that will help everybody in the community know what's out there. So please pay attention to that and fill it out. It is on an orange sheet of paper. And also another very important piece for us as we evaluate these summits and that we can continue to improve what we do together. There's an evaluation form in your packet. So please look for that. And at the end of the day or before you leave, whenever that is, please fill that out and give us your feedback. We really appreciate that. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you a woman that I just met this morning, but she is here with us to share her story as she has gone through her personal journey. And she's an incredible, brave young woman. And although she told me she wasn't that young, she certainly looks very young. And she is here to share that story with us because we need to hear these stories. We need to hear the result of your work out there as providers and what happens. And so it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you one of the former students of the Kent County Literacy Council, and that is Edith Modzelweski. Edith?
Well, I want to thank all of you for the opportunity for letting me come and share my story. It started a long time ago. It was in 1991. I have two daughters, 25 and 20. And when I got involved with the Literacy Council, it was actually through the Head Start program. They had at that time home visitors. They would come to my house once a week and work with my daughter. And that teacher found out that I couldn't read, and she said, "Are you interested in learning?" And I said, "Yes, definitely. You know, I've always wanted to read to my kids, and I couldn't. I'd tell them a story, but by the pictures on the pages." And then she hooked me up, and I went to the Literacy Council. They set me up with a tutor. I was very, very fortunate. Her name was Esther Swinehart. She was a former teacher at Rockford Public Schools. She had taught elementary, and my interest was someday be a teacher myself. And so we connected very well. And I pursued doing that, and I was very fortunate to get hired by Michigan Family Resources, Kent County Head Start, the same year that I started my tutoring. One thing that I really want to express is that the Head Start program allowed me educational leave from my job, 4 hours a week. I was able to go meet with my tutor and pursue my dream is going back to school. So I started back at MCC, Montcalm Community College. Believe it or not, I could only read at first grade level when they tested me at the Literacy Council. I did struggle a lot. I really depended on a lot of people for support because I couldn't fill out applications. I couldn't find my way places because I couldn't read. But boy, by the time I could read third grade, I thought I was ready for college. So Esther says, "Edith, do you think you should slow down?" I said, "No, I don't." And I said, "This is just so fun. I enjoyed it so much, and it was always a dream." And when I was in school, you'll find that a lot of people that can't read, they find other avenues. Mine was art. I always dreamed of being an art teacher. But when I learned how to read, I decided I want to be a preschool teacher. I want to get right in where I think I can handle it, and was able to do it. And I can say now I've been there 16 years. And I thank God every single day for my job. I love it. I feel that I've been blessed by it. And you can't even imagine the opportunities. If any of you are, employ people out here, boy, if you find somebody that has a compassion for a job, invest in them, because I'm telling you, they'll pour their heart and soul into whatever the, the field is. Don't give up on them because they misspell words sometimes. Those words have to come from somewhere, and there's a way to seek them out if we take that opportunity. And I think that's where I was given a break. I had the courage to go to college. I let down my guard. People started to know that I couldn't read. But when I got to the college, I found out that there is a special needs program there. They set me up with reading for the blind. They found out. They sent me to a doctor, and that was actually through the Literacy Council. Dr. Horndorf was actually on the board, and he tested my eyes, found out that I had a tracking disability, but was able to do therapy. My eyes, I had found out at the age of 32, I found out that my eyes, the reason I couldn't read was because I was reading word for word, so I couldn't comprehend it. And I graduated from high school, was a B student, but still couldn't read. Well, when I found out from Dr. Horndorf that it was my eyes, it was the muscles of my eyes never developed to take that message to the brain, he gave me some therapy. I started to do the therapy. And next thing you know, boy, the levels just went up, and I began to read. Well, when I started the college, because I still wasn't real good at it, they had hooked me up with reading for the blind. And that was an awesome opportunity. When you see words everywhere, they become sight words, just like when you see a stop sign. You don't have to read it. You don't have to look at those letters. You know it's a stop sign. Well, in the Head Start program, we have words everywhere. We label everything, make sure the child's name's up at least 10 to 12 times in that classroom, because so many of those become sight words. And that was one of the things, was when there's a language for everything you do. It doesn't matter if you're a locksmith. It doesn't matter if you're a mechanic, or me as a preschool teacher. I didn't know what cognitive development was. I had no clue when I started there. But because my books were on tape, and I put that tape in there, and I started to follow along, those became sight words to me. To this day, I'm not a good speller, but boy, when I see those words, I know what they are. And that opened up a whole new world to me, a whole new world. Not just did it affect me, but it affected my husband. It affected my 2 girls. My mother was on assistance from the time I was 3 years old until I was 18. And I'm proud to stand up here and say, we've broken that chain. I went back, I got my education. Now both of my girls, my oldest one, Amita, is attending Ferris and Kendall, and is getting her teaching degree, because we overcome them obstacles. My daughter Bonnie works at the Migrant Head Start program in Kent City. She also wants to be a teacher. And the pay scale difference from, having to work at Burger King to being a preschool teacher is phenomenal. I can't believe that I can go to the store and my kids can pick out their own cereal. I can remember a time when Scott and I would only have $35 a week to spend on our groceries. And sometimes we had to go to the food pantries. And it was scary. But boy, when we first got them first paychecks, and they were a decent amount, and I could take my kids down that cereal aisle and say, you can pick it out. You get to pick it out. God, was that a blessing. Just if you see somebody in your field that has a genuine heart and they want to pursue it, hook them up with your library, because that's where your literacy council comes in. And they can pursue anything they want, anything. The help is there if you're willing to let down the wall and pursue it. It scares me even today to be up here, but I thank God. And I want to give back to the Literacy Council anything I can. And I would to anyone here, if you ever wanted me to be an encourager to speak for someone and help, ask me for my phone number. I would be more than welcome. If I can help somebody like the Literacy Council has helped me and my family, I would be more than happy to. thank you all for allowing me to come today, and I really do appreciate you all. Thank you.